Hey guys, it's MetaGamesGX here, and we're here with the Nadir Servant, branded Despia Chimera Illusionist deck profile that you guys have been wondering or waiting for. And on top of that, it's a first place undefeated deck profile. I recently took it to locals and went first place undefeated. It's a build that I've been working on. I took a week to get back to you guys with it because I've been really cooking on it, and I think I've found a build that's really good and really better than the other builds that are out there currently. I mean, we'll have to see with the regional season, but I think that this build's way more dynamic and do a lot more things and bricks a lot less than the other build. So let's just get right into it with the deck profile. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Alrighty guys, we're going to get right into the deck profile. I believe the deck is about 45 cards. Yes, it's actually a little bit bigger, but the thing is, this deck has so many one-card starters that you really can't afford to, and you can run hand traps plus board breakers. So I'm actually doing some really spicy things compared to a lot of different builds, so definitely stay tuned and watch the whole video because you're going to see some really neat things that you can do with this deck that no one else is really doing right now. Alright, we're going to go into the standard Chimera package, or Illusion package, 3 Sword Knight, Lone Fire Blossom, 3 Coddle. This thing's a negate in the graveyard, and you get to search. It's incredible. This is also a negate in the graveyard for on-field effects. Then we have 2 Gazelle, King of Mythical Beasts. This thing's really good. I've been thinking about running 3, but it's kind of bricky, and you need to like cut down your normal summons in this deck, which is why you run very less Alubers. So that's why. And then obviously 2 Berfomat. I want to run 3 of him if anything, because it really hurts when you draw 2. But that's why I run the Spriggan's Kit, so you can search it still. And that's why I kind of want to run a full Gold Sark for that instance, but that's besides the point. This is the Illusion Engine, super standard, super good. These cards are amazing, and they make the deck have so much more legs, and you're able to play through hand traps, and you know, yeah, Droll's a card, but that's why we have options to get around Droll in this deck that aren't cross out. So here's the Albaz Package, 3 Albaz, really good card. I've thought about putting it to 2, but it's just amazing going second. It's a board breaker, 2 Aluber. Yeah, you really can't. I mean, you can run 3, but it's like super unnecessary because you need sometimes your normal summon for the Sword Knight. I mean, a lot of the time you do. So this is just nice to have for branded opening. Cartesia and Quem. So yeah, this build's running both of them actually because, you know, this is the Nadir Servant build. So you're going to have access to this card a lot. Access to Cartesia a lot. Cartesia is going to be your playmaker a lot of the time. You don't rely on Nadir plus Cartesia, but she enables your deck to have so much more than if you didn't run it, and you can run Fusion Duplication to run it to go out to Albaz or her. And Quem adds a lot because she adds on a lot. She's amazing for an onboard recursion kind of thing. She's amazing in the grind game. She's arguably the best card in the grind game. So I think a lot of the branded illusion decks that are cutting these 2 cards are really being short-sighted. So I think this is the way to go, and I wouldn't really change these ratios. Maybe Cartesia to 2, but I don't know right now, to be honest. But I like those ratios, and it worked out for me in my matchups. Alright, so we're going to get into the one-ofs, the Mercurier, the Spriggan's Kit. I still like Spriggan's Kit because you can get a really nifty combo off with it that I showed off in my combo video that I'll link down below. And Mercurier is just like one of the best cards in the deck. It is a effect negate, and then also just a bridge into Red Rum if you need it. Despian Tragedy, you can send this off of Brand Fusion to start your combo better if you really need to, and like get the loss and then go Chimera Fusion, then like do your Cartesia things. It's really good. 1 Maximus because you're running the Nadir Servant build, so you search this or Quem off of Maximus a lot of the time. It's really good because you get to send 2 extra deck cards to the graveyard when special summon, and you get to special it off of or search off Nadir, and you basically +5 off of it, and it's your way to play through any hand trap essentially except for Droll, but that's why you run the Thrust. So we're gonna go Dark Magician and Gimmick Puppet. I don't know why builds are cutting a 1 of Dark Magician. I think it's worth the extra deck space because a lot of the time you can just Brand Fusion out Dark Magician, then go combo and, you know, Gimmick Lock or break a board. So it's just really, really good. And the one of Gimmick Puppet, I'm main decking it because I'm running the Nadir Servant package, so it really complements Gimmick Puppet. You're able to get this card out with a 1-card combo with Nadir Servant, which you can just entirely overlap over your illusion. combo, or your standard combo line with that, with cut and everything. So that's why I think this is way better to play on top of that, because yeah, you could end on Mirror Jade plus a couple of negates in the graveyard and Runbrum, but you could plus a discard. Plus then, I mean, that's pretty good. You know, obviously this is why the deck is good, but you could land on that on top of Gimmick Puppet. And Gimmick Puppet says your opponent can't special summon, so it's very good. I think this is probably how the deck will go, but in the future, and I don't think they're going to hit Gimmick Puppet, so we'll see what happens. 3 Nadir Servant in the spell slot, so yeah, this card basically says you win. If you draw this and you don't get drolled, and a lot of the time you can just draw a dead hand, and then this is the only live card, and then you have full combo and you can play through droll. It's really good. It sets up your Dogmatica. It also helps just play through certain things, like just, you know, if they ash you, if they droll you, it's like, okay, cool. Or not droll, rather, but the ash or the Imperm or Veiler, it's just really good to play. It allows you to extend your plays, and I would not cut it. 2 Chimera Fusion, because I think 3 is slightly bricky in this build. Sometimes you don't want to see it, and like you want to get your Chimera cards through your Branded Fusion plays, so I do think that this card's incredible, and you can recur it a lot. I think that 2 is all you need in this build, to be honest. It's an incredible card that you get to just continuously add back to your hand, and then like use this second effect to special summon from your graveyard and just enable your negates, and it's just amazing. Incredible card. I might bump it to 3, but really depends. 3 Branded Fusions. Finally got my 3rd ulti, guys. Love Branded Fusion. One of the best cards in the whole wide game. It's, if you resolve this card, you win. Because you can get Quem, it's really good. It's another copy of Aluber, and it's a Destruction Negate, which is really relevant in this format with Unchained and stuff like that. Then we have our one of Bren Lost, Bren Red. Red is really good for the Nadir plays and just general follow-up. Branded Lost is really good too. This is how you can set up your you get a lot more out of this card. Like if you are running this deck with Branded Lost and you aren't running Cartesia or Quem, I don't know what you're doing, because like you can search either of them off of this, and you're usually getting using your Mercurier or searching it. So I don't know, it's just really good. Then we have one fusion deployment. I was actually thinking about, I was gonna say we're just gonna pretend this is a second one, because there should be a second fusion deployment. 2 fusion deployment. Fusion deployment's an amazing card. You get to spec out your Cartesia or your Albaz, and Cartesia can just do your plays if you have certain things in hand. Also a board breaker for Albaz, and you get to get around normal summoning it, so that's why I really like this card. And you get around having only to run 1 Cartesia, because it is basically 3 copies. Oh yeah, and then we'll do the one I've called by, because this saves your ass against if you draw this, you win. 3 Thrust. So this is the goo. 3 Thrust, 1 Tactics, 1 Herald of the Abyss, and 1 Fusion Duplication. So this is basically the Thrust package. I think that Thrust is the best card in the game right now, one of it. And I think that Talents is one of the best cards in the game, obviously. This is how because you can go Brand Fusion, have Thrust, search the Talents, rip the Droll if you're going second, or you can set up the Fusion Dupe and continue your plays. Infuse on your opponent's turn. This is also an amazing board breaker, because you can search it for Herald of the Abyss and out the Purrely Noir or a Rise Heart or whatever. Really good cards. And you can also search the Imperms, which are the last 3 cards in the deck. Just general outs for like Chaos Angel and such like that. So and Imperm's just the best hand trap right now. It gets around Ash and or gets around Tactics and Thrust. That's why I don't want to run Ash in this deck. I don't want to play into Talents and Thrust, and this card helps me get around that, and it's just broken. Really good hand trap. So into the extra deck. 2 Chimera, the King of the Fan Beasts. Really amazing card. you basically loop this card and keep discarding your opponent's hand. You can, with my combo, you can discard 2 across the 2 turns, and then gimmick lock, so your opponent basically is at 3 cards. It's really great, or 4 cards. This card's amazing. It's the reason why you run the illusion engine, honestly, because if this card wasn't as good as it is, there'd be no. I mean, the other cards are pretty good. Don't get me wrong, but it's one of the best cards. Chimera the Illusion Beast. This card came up actually a few times. This card is really good for OTKs and getting over walls. I would never cut it. It comes up and it gets over tower sometimes. And it has the effect where you can keep ramming into things and negate their effect. Make sure it targets. It's targetable though, but it's very good in that respect. 2 Chimera. I was thinking about running 2 or 1, but the 2 came up a lot, so I'd say just keep the 2 because you want to you sometimes Chimera both 2 turns in a row. A lot of games go grind games, and so this card you really just need for the need that many. Then we get into the Albaz card, 1 Grand Gwiggy, because we won Nadir Servant lock, and we run some other cards to go along with it. We go Mirror Jade, Albion, Lubellion, Renbrum, Lulu Walleth, Albion, Brigand. Guess we'll put that there. This is the Albaz package. I don't think we're really. I mean, I would like to be running Titaniclad, but it doesn't come up enough to where I can fit it. And this is a tight extra deck. I'd love to run Super Poly too, but there's just not the room in the extra deck. So yeah, I would like to run 2 Mirror Jade, 2 and 2 Albion, but you can just play smart and loop them with Lubellion. I might go 2 Mirror Jade though, because Unicorn is a card still. But, we'll get a banlist soon, so it doesn't really matter. Lulu Walleth and Sanctifier also help you do your combos. You obviously have the Brigand, which you send off of Bucephalus, which you send this off of Nadir Servant, then it sends Brigand, and then you send, or off of Maximus, send Albion and Lulu Walleth, and then you basically +3 or +4. Really insane cards, so I wouldn't not run any of these, and Render Room's amazing. I think you don't need it, but it's really nice to have. I like having it. And then the last card is Dragoon, because Dragoon's one of the best cards in the game, and it's your 1 card out to cash. If you go second into cash with Illusion without Dragoon, you lose. Just frankly. So you don't when you run this, when you run the one of Dark Magician. So yeah, that's why I run it. Alright, let's get into the side deck. We'll get into the Thrust Targets, Dark Ruler, Dimension Barrier, Evenly Matched, Harpies, Eradicator. These are all searchable by Thrust, and so that's why they're one of. So if I need to see it, I thrust them out. Lab, any deck that I can go first and then just set board. And the Illusion monsters are I mean, the bigger one is a target for this, but you usually just send Albion. D-Barrier, because you can just thrust, if Purrely hand traps you just thrust this, and then, or Branded, and then that's a turn skip. Or Manadium, and then Dark Ruler No More for Manadium, and Evenly for clearly anything, so it's really good. 3 Droll. I've elected to play 3 Droll. I wish I had Krikaras. I'd probably play Krikara, but I don't have Krikara, so I don't feel like paying for them. 3 Droll, so yeah, this card's really good. I think it covers a lot of bases, a lot of rogue too. It's pretty good against most of the meta right now. Manadium, Purrely, Cash. It's not great against Purrely, but if you're going first, you can actually side this in, and it's okay against them. So it's not bad. Really good right now. And it's really good against Cash too, and Manadium especially. 2 Evenly to complete the oh wait, I guess I'm running yeah, I guess I'm actually running 3 Evenly, my bad. So yeah. 3 Evenly. 3 Book of Moon. So yeah, so Book of Moon is really good against Kashtira, Purrely, and just other general matchups, so I think you just need to have it for those things, and also helps you dodge and perm. So I wish I could main deck this, I just don't want to clog up the deck already because it's already so big. And then the last 2 cards, Bestial Druid Swarm and Magnuma, just for the gimmick puppet, and Labyrinth, and other various matchups. Druid Swarm's just broken, it helps you out. Floodgate Monsters, And Magnemite just searches anything else. I wish I could run a second Magnemite, but yeah, I don't own one. So yeah, that is the deck that I got first place with. My matchups were as followed. Purrely was round 1, I had 2-1. Kashtira was 2-0 actually, and like I said, Dragoon helped me there incredibly. And then we go in chain for round 3, which was really hard actually. The matchup, I don't know, he just drew the nuts and I lost die roll, so that was how it was. But Dragoon once again helps that matchup. And then we went for the last round. We went. We went against Vanadium and we actually won that. We went first and really was lucky about that because I don't run the Dark Ruler in the main. I could run the Dark Ruler, but if he had just won, I didn't see the Imperm, but it could have been a different hand if I went second or whatever. So who knows? I could have seen it a different time. So, but Thrust really does help with that matchup, so I wasn't really too worried about that. And yeah, that was 2-1. So. That was my first place. Chimera, Branded, Nadir Servant, deck profile that you guys have all been asking for. I really appreciate all the support. Thanks for 1,000 subscribers. Let's keep it up. What do you guys want to see next? Go check out the combos in the description. Thank you all for watching. And check out the Discord and join my Discord and check out live streams. Love you all. Bye.